Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your mid-October 2021 General Tarot Update. It's Raina here. Well, I got a gadget to hold my camera in a way that's more overhead. It's still really weird and awkward, and I've been doing the horizontal filming. I'm going to experiment because I was casting these terrible shadows. So I'm just doing it upright, There are still, I didn't get what do you call it, like instructions with this thing, so it's pretty like shaky and everything, so I'm sure there's still things that I have to work on. I was just seeing if that was the card, so hopefully this is some improvement as I figure things out here. I don't know if this is going to be wide enough. Oh my gosh. Oh. Okay, that's better. Now see, this is an example of not being, I'm not doing the portrait. Let me see if I can. Oh well. Still not where it should be, but maybe you can see it a little bit better than I used to, at least for now. The heart of the matter is the Nine of Swords, and I was just listening to somebody on another reader talking about this card. What did they say about it that I really liked? Well, this is a card of insomnia and things like this, and talking about this awakening, the spiritual awakening, and how people are experiencing physical symptoms for ascension. I know that I sometimes get into a pattern where I don't go to bed until 2 o'clock or 4 o'clock, some crazy hour, and I'm not doing anything wild. I'm just, I might be online, which is probably not going to help going to sleep, but it's not like anything like dramatic. So the thing is that I think sometimes we get these surges of energy, and we have to learn how to channel that in appropriate ways. And one of the reasons why this card, you see the black background, so it's kind of associated with the night when we're supposed to be winding down. And sometimes, yes, and this is the nightmare card. I think they were talking about it in terms of nightmares, about like, the other reader was talking about those things. And I think, I remember when I was training to be a yoga teacher, and we were doing like sitting meditation, or even like shavasana, which is part of hatha yoga. And the teacher was even saying, oh, if this freaks you out and blah, blah, blah. And I thought to myself, why would that freak somebody out? But some people are so, they're always doing things because they want to avoid having to sit still and think about their problems. Because they're repressing things, okay? So being able, like if you feel that card really represents you, then it's really important to look at what you're repressing. And I know it's easier said than done. I think Sagittarius are pretty good about that overall. I know that when I'm in that state where I'm up at 2 a.m, I don't call that insomnia. I just say that I missed the boat. That, I was probably a little bit sleepy at midnight or 11 o'clock, and I just, kept going. And so that could be as simple as changing your routine. For other people, this, and by the way, when November comes around, there is going to be a lunar eclipse in that 6th house of health, which will either give you a very clear message about what you need to do, or it can also be a time when you just let go of a lot of deeply entrenched patterns, and it's easy to change at that time because it's like it's just like the art of letting go is just like so featured. But you know, sometimes there is it's situational anxiety. Let's look at the past position. Oh, interesting. Okay, so this is the Queen of Pentacles. So one thing this can be like for female Sagittarius, do you feel pressure to be like Susie Homemaker for some reason? Are you somebody who has been working, and maybe you are going to start a family, or you're thinking about it, but there's a part of you that feels like it's going to entrap you, that you're being set up in some way to be controlled. It can also be something with your home. Are you worried about something connected to your home? Maybe you're buying a new home. Let me think if there's anything going on. Well, this might have even been from September, because you did have a full moon in the fourth house of home and family. So maybe there was a sale or closing on a home, and if it didn't go through for some reason, I don't know, something. Or maybe even like a home that is in the family, because we have here with the higher message this very treacherous card, the Five of Swords, and you see that there are other people here. Now, if there is something going on with you and other people, maybe family members, that involves, I'm saying, the reason I'm saying home is because the Queen of Pentacles can be, it can even be a mother, especially a mother who is practical, and maybe somehow either this is her, some kind of like property or something that you and other siblings could be fighting over. Even if you are the one who is being like, what's the word, like favored in this situation, that can also feel very uncomfortable for you. So the golden child, if the parent is a narcissist, for instance, that can also be something that is not pleasant, that you don't like. That you don't feel comfortable with. And I did that. I was just trying to make sure that this was still on. I didn't seem like it was. So this is a card, the Five of Swords is a card of empty victory. So don't you be tempted to kind of play along with something, because a lot of times these games are going to alienate the siblings from one another. Or if this has, this could even be like in-laws or something like that, and you feel trapped. Perhaps you feel like you don't have control over your own life or your own family, your own children, and that's kind of what this card represents. This is the card that crosses you, the card that makes it harder to be able to kind of extricate yourself from the situation, the Eight of Swords. And it may feel like no matter what you do, you can't get what you want. And you can feel very frustrated and thwarted. The Eight of Swords is about, to me, ultimately negative self-talk, sometimes coming in a lot of times I think this is coming in the form of some kind of programming that you're playing those old tapes yourself. So somebody else may have gotten the ball rolling earlier in life, and now you are taking over from there. from them. But guess what? We have a wonderful card here. And this is the Page of Swords. Sorry for the lack of focus. Again, there's something going on with, you know, with all of this. And I'm going to have to work the bugs out. There we go. And this is start spreading the news. This can be very positive communication coming through. Honestly, I feel that this has to do with the time around October 18th when Mercury turns direct. So pages can be messages and Mercury. And on the same day, Jupiter turns direct. And some of you, if you have felt, you know, Jupiter in Aquarius, and that's interesting too, because the Aquarius for Sag is the third house, and this is the house that Mercury rules in the sign of Gemini. So you have Jupiter there, you have Saturn there, and Saturn's turning direct as I record this on the 8th, in I think a couple of days, maybe even tomorrow, maybe it's the 9th, I'm not quite sure. But yeah, so this can be some kind of a new endeavor, new project of yours that just gives you a sense of forward motion. The wands are fire energy, so it's very enthusiastic. And with that swords, you know, that sense of conflict, this is so welcome. And this is kind of turning things around. The outcome is the Knight of Pentacles, which is a card connected to Taurus. Now, this might be some kind of timing card. So between now and that Taurus lunar eclipse, that this is going to be a time of forward motion and doing a lot of maybe things, do a lot of practical work, things that are part of your, that you're setting up for yourself, for your goals, and that kind of thing. And this is just a card of doing that consistent work. And what I like about it is I think that it's showing that if you have been, maybe that's what the Nine of Swords was about. Perhaps you've been worrying about how are you going to pay for your home, Queen of Pentacles, because you're either in between jobs or just not making enough. And this is a very good money card, the Knight of Pentacles, but you are going to work for that money. So that's, you know, that's fine. So I hope that you enjoyed this, Sag. If you would like a private reading, I'm primarily an astrologer and I'm promoting my double readings, which are on sale, called Deep Dive. I also, for people who like the tarot, I have chart analysis plus a tarot reading called The Whole Enchilada. You can find out more information on my readings at the link below. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.